get there.
All right. That sound like one of them jail tones right there. This call is being recorded.
Man, you have 5 minutes left.
You got 2 minutes.
What Coach Henderson got going on?
Oh no.
You working with them people, Coach?
Hey, in 5 minutes, everybody's stuff is gonna shut down.
Coach working with them people, huh?
Oh no.
That's it, y'all. Wes.
Yes. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm trying to see it. Make sure I can live stream. And that's where the difficulty is coming in.
I got my shit say recording on there. What you got going, Wes?
It said recorded.
Yeah, it's recorded. It's recorded. And I put it on YouTube. People can go and watch it. That's what we do. Loudmouth truth. Everything on here is the truth, so truth set you free. And today, I got some great people on here. NFL stars. One absent. Something came up. Not sure what. Emergency happened on his end. We're gonna go ahead and get it going. As we do on Loudmouth Truth, I let everybody pretty much introduce themselves. No introduction needed for some of you. First, I want to introduce my co-host Leslie. Everybody knows him. He's been on. Coach McKnight. We go way back. He's helped me get into the coaching ranks. So very important person to me. Coach Ponder, player Ponder, NFL star. Me and this guy, we've been through the trenches as well. Coaching and teaching young people in Tulsa public schools. And a lot of great information about him. I'm gonna let him share. And then we got the legendary Tulsa public schools, Robert Meachem. And I'm just to get this out, it's an honor for all you guys. Even Michael Bowie absence. It's an honor being around you guys, learning, teaching, coaching, and being a mentor to you guys, watching you on TV, bragging about you guys, all that. Each one of y'all. So I just want you to know that, and I appreciate the opportunity, me and Les, to have you guys on. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, real quickly, I usually do it like this: go about last name. So, Meachem, let's go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. That we all know you guys are NFL players and been around the game, and we see you in public. But what's something special about you that people don't know?
Something special about me that people don't know. Man, I'm normal.
Good question.
You know, I'm down to earth. I'm not holier than thou, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. If I can help you in any type of way, I'm gonna help you. If it's my last and I gotta give you my last, I'm gonna do that. Just to make sure that you have a better day. Put a smile on people's face. I think that's why I was put on this earth, to put smiles on people's face and make the fans go crazy.
Coach McKnight,
Yes, sir.
and also I got you on here for a little bit of the history with these two young men. You and
Right.
Michael Bowie and Meachem. So you
Right.
go ahead and tell some good fun stories. You was have to tell us a story about Michael Bowie right quick.
Bowie, man, I got stories about both of them guys. But with Bowie, I think it's as our first year. It's gonna be first year head coach at Central, and I'm driving down Pine and talking to me about Pine and Peoria. I see Bowie walking out of the YMCA. He walking out. I'm like, I'm going the opposite way. He's heading towards McDonald's. I'm heading west on Pine, passing the Y. I see this big
Right.
old kid walking. I'm like, man, who kid is this? What kid is this? Man, I busted you in the middle of the street and pulled up on him on the side of the corner. I'm like, hey, what's your name? Where you stay at? This and that. He say, oh, he stay over here, not too far from here. I was like, what school you going to? He said, I'm going to Union. I'm like, who your mama? He told me who his mama was and all that. I'm like, man, get in the car, man. I'm a head coach at Central, man. I need you. You stay in this district. I need you right here. Look here. I picked Bowie up. First time meeting, I picked him up off the street, drove to his house, talked to his mom, and got him to go to Central. He was starting 5A football at Central his 9th grade year at left or right tackle.
Amen.
That's the story. That's how I met Bowie. I just swooped him up off the streets. He was on his way to Union. He wasn't even thinking about it. Hey, Coach Henson. To tell the truth, you got me my first coaching job. Because Robbie, we was the backup coaches for y'all. Y'all original coaches didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? So
no, the original coaches they was trying to give us was Coach Miller, Kiki and them daddy. I think they were supposed to be our coach.
Miller. Yeah.
Exactly. They didn't want y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Coach Henderson called me up and said, hey man, the 6th grade needs some coaches. You mind coaching? Anybody else want to coach? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all come on up here. They sitting up here in the stands. And that's how then I called Coach Lowe. Then Coach Brown ended up showing up or whatever. Then Theo, we was the throw together crew. We weren't even meant to have that team or have y'all.
I want to say something on that.
Thank God they did what they did.
Hey, that's what I wanted to say on that deal. Now the kids I had at Carver, I had some great kids, and but that wasn't that group. That was group. I don't know what. I seen Robbie as a 5th, 6th grader, and he was probably in my opinion, the coldest kid on there. Now I know I'm gonna get some flack from that from the other Carver kids that was on that team, but I don't care.
Won't.
Yeah, I might.
No, you won't. They know. They know.
That was cold.
The only one that could it was 2 of them that could only beat me running. That was Mark and Brandon Senior.
Yeah.
But outside of that, if I was able to touch the ball, it might be your first down or 6 points every time I touched it. So they know that.
You know what else?
June Zoom and all of them know that from practice.
I said this the other night on the 2 Dog show. Sent out some props to my guys. I texted this on the Facebook when you was talking. I said, from my eyes, as a coach and a player from Carver, you probably the most versatile besides RW in Booker T Carver history. Because I know McKnight, he said that he used Magnum plays on their teams. And that's funny to me, but he lined you up in a different spot every time. No one knew where to. That's why I seen it done. You would line up a receiver.
It was kind of funny though. It was kind of funny how he did it though, because for everybody, me and Mark looked the same.
Right.
So
exactly.
So when he moved us, you didn't really know if it was me or Mark.
Exactly.
The coaches didn't on the other side of the field. They didn't know if it was me or Mark.
Right.
And see, the one thing Mark did have better than me, he had better hands. So when they put him in receiver, that was the best thing for him. But when they put me in, well, I was running back in elementary, but when I got a chance to really be a running back, Coach Brown and Coach McKnight really showed me how to be a running back. But Coach Lowe, he the one who brought the dog at us.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, but Robbie, you always kept telling me, Coach, put me in wide receiver more. Put me in wide receiver more. I'm like, man,
I wanted to be a wide receiver. I wanted to be a wide receiver because of Jerry Rice, man. You know Jerry Rice is the man.
Like, man, I got
everybody want to be Jerry.
Man, I got a 5'8", 5'9" tailback that's damn near running a 4.640 in sixth, seventh grade. Why I'm gonna put him in at wide receiver when I'm just gonna turn around and let little Ricky Mason hand you the ball and it's to the house? Come on, man.
Every time.
That was why you was a coach and I was a student.
Hey, but I want to say, loudmouth truth. I don't know where Les went. I think he's still on. Okay. Out of all of the cores, I have to send you loudmouth merchandise. You have the nicest decor, Coach McKnight.
I see.
In the pool.
Oh yeah, man. I'm trying to live like Robbie there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, trying to make it,
pool
man.
Background, Robbie, you can't see it, but your coach got the pool background, man. It looks like it's ready to go.
It is ready to go. As hot as it is outside, it should be ready to dive in right now.
Oh yeah, we can get it in anytime we're ready.
Now we're gonna move on to real Willie P. Now, man, I seen Willie P as a young man. I knew his sisters. They all went to Central. They were all athletes. The Ponders are athletes. I have to say that. All of them. The sister played basketball, And so one day somebody said, "Man, you ain't never seen this little brother. He cold." I said, "Man, let me see what this little dude." That little dude was cold. Now, my question to you is, what made you choose Tulsa University as your college? What happened with that? Because I wanted you to share that with everybody. To you.
That was a blessing, Wes.
Right.
At that time, for some reason, I had the mindset that I really wasn't even going to school. I was going to go to any of the homies. To be dead honest, and Dave Rader, and Coach Taylor, bro. Coach Taylor, he was my receiver coach. He came up to the TC and was like, I seen the play, this and that, and I want to, I'm finna take care of you type of deal. I was like, oh, okay. So he the one, they got that going, man. I had got a couple of letters from different schools, coming out of the TC, but at that time, I'm gonna just be honest. We love competing. I love competing, but I had a lot of other distractions that I like to do too. That school wasn't really a reality. It became a reality. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was little playing though, like the Meachem talking about, like when I remember when I first got into sports, when I moved from the north and I moved west. We moved west. When I lived out north, I didn't even know about the north maybe like that. All I knew was Denver. That was it. Denver Avenue, just right there behind the Denver. And Robbie, their little squad was hard. They had my little brother, Bougie. Them little jokers always was going to be that deal. One summer, seemed like they was always the little brothers. It was one summer. All the jokers got to about 6'4", 6'5". You remember that, Robbie?
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. It was
and it was.
I think Coach McKnight can contest to this. I think for me it was 7th grade when I got I think I was at 6 foot, and I think Nick went to 6'2", 6'3" in the 8th grade, and Angelo Estes, I think he went to 5'9" and 6'4".
Yeah.
I think that was the reason I was so good, because I always played up. I played against Willie and them too, so they dogged me. They didn't let me win. That's what made me better.
Real man, and that's what made me go to TU. And when I got into I played as a true freshman at TU. You know, they did just what the coaches staff at TU did what they said they was gonna do for me. You know, but I was too close to home.
Get on the car situation. I don't know what, you know, go up there in the morning.
So
I ain't gonna leave.
Hey, if you guys, I don't know if I shared this with y'all. Mute your mic when someone else is talking, so won't be any feedback.
Like 10 to 11, I didn't want to be 10.
so yeah, that's what got me to TU though, man. Just a lesson and journey for me. You know.
Cool. I got some questions here, so I'm gonna ask you guys because this is important that I get these questions out loudmouth truth. Do you guys believe the college players should get more than what they're receiving right now? Like, I know a little bit.
Man,
I know
hell
you
to the
guys
yeah,
went to.
man.
Okay.
If you look at the
Yeah,
numbers,
they pay them players, man, because
look at the numbers.
those players is what they bringing in millions to your school, and you can't if you in college in the summertime, and Willie Will can contest to this, but even though he was at home, man, you don't have no food, you don't have no money. If you don't know somebody local, and if your family don't already have money to be able to send you food. It's a struggle in the summertime when you at school.
When I was in school in Missouri in the summer shit, I tried to go down there and get food stamps out the
Wow.
from the you know, that's what was the thing to try and do back when I was in college. In the summertime, bro, you gotta go down there to the unemployment or this or that, try and get some food stamps to eat. But them schools, bro, that's millions of dollars, man. Especially think about like the school that brought like Tennessee. You got what it costs to go to Tennessee, about 50 a year. What you think, Rob?
It's about 35, 40. But the crazy thing is, Tennessee hold 110,000 people.
That's what
Stadium hold it. So you can't tell me if you selling a ticket at $20 and up that you can't pay players. You can't tell me that.
Nah, they
110,000 people. Think about that.
110,000, and then picture the enrollment. And the enrollment, each student and 30,000. Do the number.
Yeah. Try if at the bottom of your phones or your computers, especially if you're on video. If I'm talking or you talking, you're gonna mute your mic so we can hear you clearly on the recording because this will go viral. The question I'm about to ask y'all. So anyway, Ness, you want to go ahead and ask something? Because you had a question, I think, about that.
Yeah, that's cool. I was one of my questions kind of like the same as y'all kind of answered it about as far as them getting about the players getting paid. So I mean I'm in line with that, fellas, because I heard a lot of horror stories from a lot of my partners has played about what they didn't have and had, and even some of the players that did have more than others. So I'm totally in line with that. What a few of y'all being NFL players, what do y'all think about the way that the rookies and the contracts and stuff that these cats are getting paid? I mean, because you kind of see some of these cats. I mean, like it's been going on for a little while now, where you hear these guys that go broke after they are in the NFL, leave the NFL. What do you think about how the NFL is set up structured? Do y'all think that they should teach the rookies more finance, or what's? I mean, I'm not the expert in that, but I always want to know that.
All right, I'm gonna tell you from my point of view, and Willie Will can contest to this. Okay, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, no, none of the NFL players that came out of the really had money once they came back. Only one was RW, but then he ended up in a situation. But every NBA player besides Richard Dumas that came back, they had money. But none of those guys was able to have time to sit down with guys like Willie, guys like myself, and teach us the value of money. Okay, when you go to the NFL, yeah, you go to a rookie symposium, and they have all these classes for you. But I was a first-round draft pick, and at 23 years old, and you give me $6 million, you can't tell me nothing. I've been broke all my life. You know what I'm saying? And when you give me $6 million, you mean to tell me I can go walk on any car lot, buy whatever car I want, go buy whatever I want, and I ain't been able to do this all my life? It's going to be kind of hard for you to control my thought process.
Right.
But if you got a good group of people, like a good core of people around you, to be like, no, that ain't a good idea. That's not a good investment. Or you shouldn't buy that right now. If you don't have those people in your life, when you a rookie to like your third, fourth year, that's why a lot of players end up broke and end up in the situation they're in. And then, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of distractions. And women is the main distraction. You know, because they trying to win too. They want stability too.
Mm-hmm.
They want the bag too.
Yeah.
You know,
Man,
so
that's awesome.
I mean, Willie can piggyback off of it, but that's my opinion on why the NFL is not. It's not nothing with the NFL. I think it's just the person, the individual. Like, if you haven't been taught about money, like growing up in the hood, all you see is the players. You see the nice cars. You see the kingpins. You see those type of people, but nothing they have is really legit. But as a kid, you don't know that. You thinking that's legit. Like, oh, he got a nice Impala. I want one of them when I grow up. Oh, you can look at that Cadillac. That's what you see. So you start looking materialistic or material wise, and then you get caught up, and then it's like, oh shoot. Or you can be, somebody can call you, man, hey, I'm just trying to pay this light bill, man. Can you just help me out? And then you find yourself helping a lot of people out on certain things, and then you don't have nobody to call that can help you. Because everybody's struggle is different.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's a big. Willie, what you got to say on that, sir?
What? No, I mean, shit. Robbie hit it right on. I mean, all the key points on that. You know what I mean? Because I can contest to say, shit. I was one of them ones that shit was in there, and then shit. Before I know it, I gotta sell everything. Everything gone. Everybody gone. Ain't no. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? Now you see yourself like shit. What's happening with my life? Where everything go? You know. But just like just a comparison, you know what I'm saying? Like Robbie said, Robbie shit, I felt sorry for Robbie when negative thing came out about him, only because what he said is so true when it's like, shit, we grew up with nothing. You give me this, it ain't the NFL. It's the lack of knowledge and the youth, the lack of being around anybody. Because prior to that special day when that happened to Rob, he didn't know no millionaires like that. He wasn't in no millionaire's house. I mean, I don't think. From what I know, how I seen him grow up, wasn't nobody $1 million motherfuckers and handling $1 million business like that. It wasn't that life. So you ain't educated on that. So like he said, I went to the Ricky Symposium. They talked about that. Former players up there talking about what they had and that ain't what. Okay, I hear you. But when I'm from the town. I got 10 fans I can go spend right now on anything I want because there's a difference. Robbie said he a first rounder. I was a 6th rounder. They gave me 50 grand. Shit, 50. You gave me 50 grand? You know what I'm saying? To me, shit, I lived like I was a first rounder. You hear me?
Right.
First rounder. You know what I'm saying? Just because shit, I'm here. You know what I mean? Not knowing though You know what I mean? And not have, like Robbie said, not having the right team around you, not having the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? My agent took 50 grand from me, and that nigga told me, I know you can't afford this, but it's gonna come back to you. You know, this and that. And we in the movie, and I still ain't seen money. Shit.
And that's another thing. That's another thing too. Like piggyback on what Will said. Like your agent. Everybody wants a Jerry Maguire type agent, but that ain't everybody ain't gonna get that agent. Everybody ain't gonna get the agent that really care about you as an individual, like outside of football.
Right.
Because without you, the agent don't get paid no way.
Exactly.
And like Lamar Jackson and them, Richard Sherman, I applaud them. Like I want to salute them because all they did was say, all right, let me go to a lawyer. A lawyer can read your contract. And you pay him right there on this spot. He don't get 3 to 2 to 1% of your money. But your agent, he can get up to 3% of your money. And he never touched the field, never played a down. Right. Never had a surgery, never had to sit in a meeting. You know, so all that plays a role into all this. And I used to go out to Wayman's house and hoop. I used to go over Lee's house and hoop, but I didn't ask those questions because I didn't know to ask those questions.
Yeah.
Like, why do you only have 3 cars when I see a lot of athletes got 6 cars? Why you only got 3? Well, why you only got 1 house? Why you don't have houses?
Right.
Like nobody was able to tell me that. And see, like in my family, a lot of men in my family, you know, they had more than 1 woman. So I thought that was the right thing to do. So it got me put in a situation to where I lost 100% of my pension to my ex-wife.
Wow.
Now think about this. I played 8 years in the NFL. She didn't play a down. But my decision to go out and cheat cost me 100% of my pension.
Wow.
Man.
See, but people can't tell you about that part of it because they didn't live that part of it. They only lived the regular life part.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ask to be famous. I didn't want to be famous. I just wanted to play football and have fun.
Bro,
right.
It hurt my heart right there, Rob. You hear me? Because I truly, nigga, I don't want to be famous. Nigga, I want to work for the city of Tulsa, nigga. Nigga, my thing on the side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. I just want to enjoy and be at peace. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want little kids looking up to me saying you doing this and you doing that. Yeah, it feel good when you sign an autograph. Don't get me wrong. That do feel good. That love feel good.
Yeah.
But when it's real, genuine love, yeah, it feel good. But Willie can contest to this. And so, y'all can too, because in a minute, because your show is booming. So you're going to see it's going to be a lot of fake people come at you with a hidden agenda that you can't see. Because if you don't have a team around you where somebody can say, you know what, I don't trust this dude. Just one person might make you say, okay, I don't trust this dude. Okay, let me think about it. Let me look at him. Why he don't trust him? You trust everybody else. Why you don't trust them?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a good group.
Robbie, you right. But one thing about me and he from the east side, and I got homies from Fadu, so they taught me not to trust.
Oh man, there we go. Hey, I got a question for Willie and Robbie.
Okay.
Y'all there? Check this out.
Yeah.
What is that initial feeling when you get that first deposit? You know what I'm saying? You see that, you know, like Day was on All About the Benjamin, you know, when that you know, the music playing and you just, you know what I'm saying? You get that first, what is that feeling? You get that first deposit, you be like, God, shit. And then another question I had, or one statement, a lot of reasons you believe that close friends and families believe once you make it, you owe them. And then people, some of the athletes feel like they obligated to help them people, you know what I'm saying, back there, and that pulls them down and causes them to lose a lot of stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Will, you want to answer first, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I mean, you go ahead, bro. The second, go ahead.
When I got my first little bonus money from signing up a deck card, I bought my mama a car, and right now she still had that car to this day.
Right.
But that was
right.
I signed 1,000 cars and got $50,000.
God.
I bought her car,
Yeah.
okay, and then I bought my dad a truck.
Uh-huh.
But like you say, the question when I saw my bank account, I didn't really know how to understand it.
Yeah.
To be honest, because it was just like, this ain't real. It's a joke, man. I know I ain't got this many zeros right now. Like, this is not real.
Right.
But I tore my meniscus my rookie year.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't even get to play. So I didn't even get to enjoy the thought process of the money. I was just so busy trying to get on the field. Now, I had people like Charles Grant and Deuce McAllister, like, hey, youngsters, like, chill out. You ain't got to dive for no balls, man. You first round. They not going to cut you. Man, rest your leg. But when you come out of college, and Willie Will can attest to this, when you come out of college, all them older heads up over you will tell you, hey, man, don't trust the cats in the NFL, man. They're going to tell you to run the wrong route, and they're going to tell you this is different and this and that. And at first, you go in with your guard up. But then when I realized that Colston and Lance and them, they sat in the meeting room. I mean, we was in training camp. They came and sat in my dorm room and studied the playbook with me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this is something that I ain't never heard of. Like, everybody who told me that you sitting here, like, listening to this person say this, but no, it's really about this over here. But you can't see that at first when you're a rookie.
Right.
And then on top of your other question, my problem was I was trying to save the hood. I ain't gonna lie. I tried.
Right.
I was getting my boys out of jail. I was paying light bill, water bills. I was paying for people to have food. Instead of me knowing what I know now, if I'd have knew what I knew now, I'd have made all of them come up with business plans.
Exactly. There you go.
If everybody would have came up with a business plan, if I'd have fell short, if Willie Will would have fell short, my people could have helped me bounce back.
Right, exactly.
But when you don't know that, when you like y'all don't take this the wrong way, but we like crabs in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? Like the moment you get up top, somebody pulling you back down.
Yeah.
But instead of us like coming together and like, all right, Coach McKnight, you know how to do this, you know how to play call, you know how to do this, but I know you can sell these clothes. I know you can market it because the way you get all us to all of us to work together. I know you can get this person to work with us.
Exactly.
When you don't know that, and then like Will said, when you sitting in a rookie symposium, man, you can't, man, I'm not listening to y'all. I'm not. I'm sitting in them classroom thinking about, man, she had a big old booty, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Like your thought process is not there as a rookie.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, people like Richard Sherman, like he had a great foundation behind him.
Uh-huh.
And I think, and like Jacoby Jones, like I'll use him as an example. Kobe mama is an accountant at a college, a finance woman at a college. So when he got his money, she already knew how to tell him how to manage it, if you get what I'm saying. But my mama worked at PSO since I was a young kid.
Right.
She can't tell me how to manage $5 million. She ain't never seen. She ain't never seen 50,000 at one time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like I done been on the plane with the players, and I done seen $200,000-300,000, $500,000 on a plane dispersed between the players, and it's just like, wow, like I'm really here. Like this is real life.
Right.
But then you see how they start spending. Go ahead.
No, Willie. I was gonna say I didn't want to overcut Willie because I want to hear what he had to say, but I had a question after that.
What's that? Oh well, I mean, no doubt about it. When I first seen mine, again, take you now. I'm a 6-rounder. A 6-round, 6-round money and first round money is totally different. You know what I mean? That's a total different life. It's a total different look. But me being the man that I am, mine looked like shit, I was like, shit, I'm on. It's on. Last time, me in high school, just thinking of who I wanted to be. If you see 10 racks, just cash, from here to there, you think you're doing something. But then to never having a bank in the first place, you having to get a bank account, and you see, like Rob said, some zeros behind that motherfucker, and you like, oh, it's on. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. And I don't want to down talk the NFL symposium like it ain't worth nothing. It is. It was some good talk there. But I'm just saying, man, in reality, in real life, it's like Robbie said, it's Jacob. His mama's an accountant. She knows what's happening. You know what I mean? You got people that's behind you that know what's up and know what you're doing. You in the right situation. You don't fall into that statistic of they say, oh, every athlete go and be broke. Because this is what a lot of the world don't know either. Whatever that's you get paid in the NFL 18 weeks. And that's it. Yeah, it's a lot of cash money in 18 weeks. But how many weeks is it in a year?
50-something. About 50-something, ain't it? 54? 52?
I don't know.
52.
I'm just going to tell you, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? When you're getting a check every week and you don't know how to manage no money, you get these gas checks, and every week you're like, oh, shit. I know me. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to get this. Homie down here with me. I done brought homie food, whatever out there, and we own. You know what I mean? I'm getting
So what would they pay you every week?
You get paid every week for 18 weeks. Then what other people don't know, that's what makes the playoffs so important in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Bowie that.
Because that Super Bowl money that's bonus money. Your checks, your playoff checks come say NFL on it.
So let's go into my next question. Good question too, Coach McKnight. The next question I wanted to say about when you guys went to college and y'all went to the bowl games, what perks did y'all have other than I know they give you living board and some type of allowance, but from what I heard,
tornado season,
you got perks for that. Is that true or untrue?
No, it's true. You get perks. I mean, you get it depends on what bowl game you go to because all of them are different. But I mean, now it's really different. I don't know how it is now, but when I was in school, you go into a bowl game, you might get a PlayStation, you might get some Beats by Dre's, you might get a cell phone, you might get on top of that little paycheck that they give you. That's why you're there because you're gonna be there for about a week or so. So they give you a little per diem, as you would say, and
right.
But to piggyback on what Will said about the playoffs and the Super Bowl, that's why everybody playing to get to the playoffs. I'm telling you that now. Because like he said, if you play for the Tennessee Titans, if they still do it the way they do it, they pay you quarterly. They don't pay you every week. So if you don't know how to manage your money, you're gonna be broke every month playing with them. And then you can structure your contract to where you get your guaranteed money a little bit up front during the season, or you can get it in the back end like during the summer. Because like Willie Will said, you ain't getting no checks once in the middle of February. Check stop. You ain't getting no check. And if you didn't make it to the playoffs. January, the last game of the regular season, whatever January that is, whatever date that is, you're not getting paid no more checks. So now you got to manage for the next 4 or 5 months to May to where you get into the off-season workouts. That's why people will be going to off-season workouts so they can get that bonus that they put in their contract. Because for 6 months after a year, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing. But then you get a whole another 6 months to be able to travel and go and enjoy life. But then you realize, oh shit, I done spent too much money. I gotta slow down, or I gotta figure this out.
So with all that, that's enlightening because I mean, you know, of course, I didn't know the way they do that. I mean, if I've heard stuff, but I never knew. Um, what's so remarkable about you two or you three gentlemen that on the show or were supposed to be on the show? Um, I went back and looked at you guys' stats and videos, highlights. You know me, I'm a research person. Uh, I'll say I'll go to Bowie real quick because he's not here, but he was brought in the loop doing his. He was a seventh rounder. He played the Super Bowl, and they just put him out there doing the playoff. He hadn't played much until then, and then he shined. Uh, Robbie, same difference. You make it a point to say you were brought back to New Orleans. Can you tell me a little bit about that and why is that so important?
Well, for me, when I went to San Diego, I should have never went. And the reason being is because I should have went to Miami or St. Louis. I mean, it would have been the same amount of money or whatever that I would have got in San Diego. But that was the first time in my life that I made a decision because of money and not because of the love of the game. And it reflected on me when I was out there. Me and Phillip Rivers didn't really see eye to eye, you know, on a lot of stuff. And when I got cut, it was like, wow, you know, like, man, I got cut. And I called my ex-wife at the time and was like, man, listen, just got fired, man. And she was like, well, what we going to do? What we doing? I said, we're going to be all right. And then the next morning, Coach Payton called. And he called and said, listen, they didn't know how to play you. So it's time for you to come home. I was on the next flight home that next day because of him.
All right, Coach Payton.
Yes. Because like I think if San Diego would have cut me at that moment, my agent at the time didn't fight for me like I felt like he should have. Because the last 5 years that I ain't been played, I know I had at least 3 more years left in me to play.
Wow. Willie, what you got to say, if you got anything on that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a business, and just like what Rob said, man, it's like I thought he said he needed when he got. I never when I got that call about being cut. Shit, I felt that call twice. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't a good call, but it is a good call. Like when I got out of the Giants situation, I mean, I got a call the next day. Like I had about 3 or 4 calls. And like Bobby said, you know, after the fact, like I should have went to Minnesota instead of going to Seattle. But at the time and had me thinking about money, he like, well, Minnesota ain't gonna go to the playoffs. Seattle be a playoff team, this and that, this and that. If I would have known and, you know, on it, Minnesota was a better special teams team. You know, they kicked off return team, but, you know, was number 1, was up there. So it was just, you know, situations when stuff like that happened, the game changed, man. And the one thing about it is the reality of the game. Especially if they put something and they say, oh, well, you ain't gelling right with this person or you ain't gelling right with that person, man, it get tough on you when some people get in the room. You know what I mean?
He ain't never lying about that. If you get one bad mark on you, all 32 teams is gonna know why you got that mark.
Dang, so they really hit you hard in the politics then.
Well, I feel like I got turned into a special teams player. I knew I could play receiver. I was at practice, I knew I could compete at receiver, but that wasn't where I got on the field at. They said when I had a coaching change, like, well, you gonna make this team and special guy. So I said, okay, shit, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna catch every return and go. I let the lead. You know, I took my job and that's what I knew it was, but it labeled me. I knew I could play some receiver still. You know what I mean? But just that's what it was. That's all you do. You don't do punch. You don't do nothing. You kick off return. Cause I figured that out when I got to Seattle, and then when I went to St. Louis, it was like, because I would ask the receiver coach about something. He'd be like, you don't need to worry about that. You just you just gonna be receiver. I mean, a big return. Yeah, okay. But, so I be in a receiver be like, shit, I know my time is coming short around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Wes, I got a question for both of them. Hey, Robbie and Ponder, is there a specific play that signifies that y'all made that signifies you, or that they show over and over, or something that play stands out that shows that's who you are? You know what I'm saying? There's a specific play that you one of y'all have made that shows that we see or that we haven't seen.
I want to answer first. I want to answer first because I just had one, but because I know Rob, I love watching Robbie play. You know, that's like little bro, and little bro did his thing forever since he was little. So you know,
right.
But just like a couple of weeks ago, man, my nephew, I ain't seen it in a long time. My nephew put the little kickoff return I had against Pittsburgh on the opening kickoff, bro, against Pittsburgh in Giants Stadium. You know, and when I seen that, it brought it back, bro. And I was like, okay, that's when I was all the way ready. I was in my tip top shape because I was riding. You know what I mean? It was going down. So that if that was one, just a little kickoff, you know, opening kickoff in Giants Stadium, you know, versus Pittsburgh, Troy Polamalu, Hall of Famer, you know, being Robert was going down.
My play would be against Washington when I took the ball from your boy and ran it back in for a touchdown. I mean, that play solidified. That's a play that solidified me. But Coach McKnight can tell you, I did that in middle school.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
Nobody knew that I played linebacker in middle school.
Middle linebacker.
He was.
And then when we got to high school, I played safety, and Felix played free safety. I played strong safety.
Right.
So I saw the way he was carrying the ball, and I knew I could get the ball. I just knew I had to get between the two blockers. And once I got between them, I got the ball, and you know what I'm saying, the rest was history. But that's the play that I think that solidified my career.
Right.
But I really feel like towards the end of my career, I started to become a wide blocker and not a wide receiver. Like Willie said, the NFL will put you in the box if you're not vocal. And sometimes, but some coaches can't handle vocal players.
Man, that's
so you have to know how to talk to your coach and get your coach, like Willie said, hey, coach, what I should do on this play? Hey, man, don't worry about that. And I know in Willie, man, like, what you mean don't worry about that? I'm a wide receiver, too, at heart. This is what I do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Willie Weir had to think about it. Hold on, this man can stop my checks from coming.
Exactly.
This man can hold it back, like where I can't be who I want to be. Like I seen Courtney Roby. Courtney Roby was sitting in the receiver room every day. But his thing was he was the gunner, he was a special teams captain, and he was a kickoff returner. That was his job. Even when we was beating people by like 20, 30 points in fourth quarter with 4 minutes left to go in the game, with one receiver and two tights. He would still not put him in the game. So, like Willie said, it is politics to it.
Right.
But it's also like, I don't know how to really word it, but it's also like your vocal, like how vocal you are. Because I feel like if I was more vocal, like if I had Willie's attitude and not this laid back attitude, I know for sure I'd have made more plays than what I made.
Right. Hey, you know what? After you made that strip down play, strip the ball and stuff, I don't know if your mama ever told you, she called me like in the middle of that week and she said, Coach, thank you for working with my son back then at Carver. You know what I'm saying? Doing that. She called me out the blue and told me that, man. I was like,
man,
I was blew back, man. I was like, wow.
I called my barber on the way to the game. And I was like, hey, man, tomorrow you about to see today you about to see greatness. He was like, what you talking about? I said, man, you about to see greatness today. I didn't know why I called him and told him that.
Right.
I just called him and told him. And then when the game popped off, I was just like, that's why I called and told him.
Right. Yeah. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good shit, boy.
When I seen it, it reminded me of back in the day.
I done caught Ponder
the place
too.
You made.
Ponder, I done came down there. You know, you don't know this, Ponder, but I went to the same church with your dad over there with Bishop Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all caught a bus down there when you was playing, when the Giants played the Cowboys. They had the signs and the shirts and everything. So I was down at that game at the Texas, I believe Texas Stadium here. When we all went down there, man, it caught you down there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sleeping on you neither. You know, you know what I'm
saying? My question is, what do you do against my boys that day?
I didn't do much. I didn't do too much. If I played, I played. I might have not played that game. I don't know.
No, you played. You played.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you played.
Yeah.
Robbie, while I got you here talking about my Cowboys, I can talk about this because it's me and Les show. I can talk about my Cowboys. All right. So anyway,
goodness.
Yeah, that's right. What remember?
Let's hear about your
boy. Did you play
boy.
against the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I know you did, but I can't remember.
I'm 1-2 against the boys.
Oh, okay. Now,
I'm 1-2 against the boys.
One game because I've seen
Super Bowl season. I had a good game against them, but I think the following year, I only had like one catch on them against Thanksgiving, and then a year later, I had a hamstring, I think, or whatever. I was playing, but not really. That's when I became really a wide blocker. I was really blocking most of the game.
Oh, okay. I know Ponder. They was giving it to us when he played for him.
Robbie,
he always brings that up.
Hold on, Wes.
Huh?
Robbie, bro, you gonna have to hit me on another call and tell me about this wide blocker, bro. I'm a wide out, bro. I ain't never heard nobody call it a wide blocker, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna make it short for you right here on the air. All right. When you get in, you have different play calls, right? Different sets. But every time you get in the game, it's a different running back, but you catch yourself keep blocking all the time. But then when it's a pass play call, you see yourself on the sideline. But on Wednesday at practice, Wednesdays was first down.
Right.
So you got me running these play action type routes all on Wednesday, thinking I'm about to eat this week. I know I'm about to eat. But then all of a sudden Thursday come, that's third down day. You're starting to see that you ain't really in on a lot of third down plays.
Mm-hmm.
Then Friday come is red zone. You start to see that you ain't really in on a lot of red zone plays. But every play you in is like a string. It's like you a decoy because you fast. But the thing was, they couldn't piss me off was because I tried to punish the guy I was blocking because I was pissed off because I wasn't getting the ball.
Right.
I wasn't used to it. Just like you wasn't used to that, I wasn't used to that. Like, well, damn, I only get one touch for a whole game. I ain't never experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a whole nother mindset. I had to change my thought process too. Like, okay, you can go in this game, you might get one ball thrown your way. But another thing that helped me though with that was my trainer. He always kept saying go 110 no matter what, and that's what helped me keep fighting throughout the days. But like I said, like you're gonna have you're gonna have players that's right there, McLean. You're gonna know it, and they might not can catch a cold, but they can block their ass off.
No, I'm always 100 on that because
that's leading
What did he say? He cut out.
nah, I was just saying I'm always 100 that because when I even first came into the league, I made the squad at the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? Really wasn't even supposed to make the squad. I made the squad, and that staff can do what I can do at the wideout. New staff come in the next year. That's when the special teams staff come on. And then just like Robbie said, on first down, I'm getting reps. I am going to be active that week. So on first down day, I'm getting reps. Shit, I might catch a stand or two from Eli, something, whatever. Kurt might throw me a fade, anything. But here come Thursday, Friday, shit, ain't nothing happening. And then you see yourself on film when the film come out. I start noticing. All my highlights was that was a good block on the edge out there, Willie. That's a good block on the edge out there, Willie.
I had a lot of them meetings.
Special teams, my shit off, you know what I'm saying? So.
And then also too, Charles, I don't know if y'all know this, but we get graded on every game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like you get an A, B, C, or D, or F.
Yep.
and it depends on who your coach is. Like it's games where I thought I balled and end up coming in and looking at my grade and like, man, I get a C.
Yeah,
you ran your route out there.
Yep. You didn't go one step. You didn't go one step deeper. Like for real, coach. I didn't go one step deeper. or it'd be like, you ran the wrong route. You ran the wrong route on this one, so I docked you 2 points. Wow. But you docked him 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of hidden stuff that's in the game, within the game. You know what I'm saying? But like Will said, man, you think you're gonna ball out on Wednesday. By the time Sunday come or Monday or Thursday come, you gonna know when you see them first 15 plays. Because every team got a script. First 15 plays. You're gonna know how many times you in that play, but like I started to see, like, hold on, that's a run, that's a screen, that's a run, that's a run. Oh, okay, I'm the decoy today. All right. Let me make sure Jimmy get open today. Let me make sure Shockey or Colson get open today. That's the only thing gonna keep my job. That's the only thing gonna keep me getting a check. You start seeing yourself, like Willie said, you start seeing your role change as a person, though. You start changing yourself just so you can play. Hey. I don't know if Willie still got that urge, but it's like when I watch football, sometimes I'll be like, man, I know I can go kill him right now. I know I can give him 10 routes. I know I can get him at least 9 out of 10.
Right now, look, I ran 2 gas.
Out of shape and all.
Look, I had 2 gas today, and I knew. I told them, look, I said, y'all think y'all rolling? Yeah, y'all fast. Y'all still can't run faster than me. And I ain't ran no gas. I was right there with them little youngsters today. You know,
Wheels guys?
every day to go out there and play, bro. Because I know, but it's that if I knew what I know now,
Oh yeah. It's like the old people say, just live a little. Just live a little. You'll know a whole lot. Like man, if Coach McKnight, like if I'd have had y'all, let's say I had Coach Lowe when I first got to Tennessee and through the process of me getting drafted. But if I'd have had you, Coach Brown, and Coach Lowe, I would have had a better team.
Right.
Like 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 you was the mastermind. You the one that makes stuff go. Coach Lowe is like the what you call him? He the doer. And Coach Brown is the one who makes sure it gets done.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I'm
you're right.
saying? And I didn't have that. I had like, bro, let's go to Vegas, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, like if I was a rookie, I couldn't play for Oakland right now. I couldn't.
Oh no.
I knew. Like if I was a rookie back then, I couldn't play for Oakland.
Well, you could
I
right
probably had
now
about.
because the
I probably had
pandemic.
about.
You could right now. There ain't nothing going on.
Man, listen. I probably had about 14 kids in Oakland, man.
Right,
I
right,
mean, in Vegas, man.
right. Vegas.
I hear
Man,
you,
you know
bro.
them women down there, they ain't want
Oh
nothing.
yeah,
They
that
walking
ain't
outside
never
with
stop.
nothing. The virus
Hey,
ain't stopped to them.
And so, what do you
hey,
guys believe? I'm glad you brought that up, Robert. What do you believe players now should do during this
about
pandemic?
About
Like,
what?
what should they do?
Well,
Like, should
well,
they
this
go
is
ahead and
my thing.
play or?
Like this is what I would say. Like I said earlier, if I'm CeeDee Lamb, it ain't nothing you could tell me. I'm gonna play. But now, if I'm like Willie Will, 13, 14 years in, it kind of depends on my pockets. If I did the right things with my pockets, that's the second part. And then the third thing is like, okay, if I play, will I bring this virus home to my children and to my wife, or to my mother, or to my father, or to my grandmother?
Mm-hmm.
And if I just had a newborn baby, oh, I ain't playing at all. I ain't gonna
Right.
play because I ain't gonna take the risk. I ain't gonna take the risk of a 22 to 25-year-old with millions. I can't tell him he's not gonna go out there and go see no chicks. I can't tell him not to because I would do it. So I can't get mad at him for doing something that I would do.
Exactly.
So to answer your question, the first thing is if I was a rookie, yeah, I would play. The second part, it depends on where I'm at, like age wise, like
Mm-hmm.
what type of veteran am I, and if it is my pocket straight. And then the third thing would be if I had a newborn, or if I had a sickly person, like if somebody in my family had borderline diabetic or whatever, I wouldn't play. Now, I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
good
about
person.
Will on the other end.
yeah, no, I'm just saying. I mean, definitely, I'm a rookie. You ain't got no family, you ain't got no kids sit out there, trying to figure yourself out, because it's a lot of young men out there like that. Don't, when they getting that bread. So that's a different story. But again, like Robbie said, where am I in my career? I'm a 12, 13, 14-year vet, and I'm still, 10-year vet, and I'm still out here, and I'm part of this team. I know on first down day, second down day, third down day, goal line, I'm that guy. I'm gonna be in there. You know what I mean? Uh, maybe. You know what I mean? But how if I got a newborn out somewhere, it's like jeopardizing, and I got kids now. I think about it every day when I go to work. You know what I'm saying? These young fellas. You know what I'm saying? So I take extra precaution. I'm in there. I spray that motherfucker down. I'm doing everything to protect myself, and my family, and the lot of young men, get the virus. So, what I play now, it really depends on the whole situation that you're in your life. You know, if
Hey,
you got
Les, you
league,
want to
you
do a
just
time? Oh, I'm sorry.
You bounce. I'm just saying, if you bounce around from team to team, been there, man. You know, usually sometimes some guys become like, you know, they already got that label, so they can bounce around to about 5 teams in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why? I don't know. You know, it just depends on where you at. So that's my opinion. I agree with Robert.
Les, you want to chime in there? Just you had some questions. You good? Okay. Because we getting towards the end, you know, you guys. I want to again thank you because at the end, you know, sometimes I forget this stuff. Uh, but my partner had brought up something. One of the questions I had, it had something to do with the diversity of the NFL, and I know you guys are pretty much, or I ain't gonna want to say that. I always don't want to say that, but you guys pretty much might be finished playing, or maybe not. Who knows? But with the diversity and the issue of many Americans, especially young people, that care deeply about this, the lack of diversity right now in NFL between owners and coaches versus the players. How do you guys think, or they should approach the lack of diversity, starting with the sports perspective? How do you think these young guys should approach that? I mean, and
I mean, I think the movement itself, you know, it's gonna take care of itself. You know, we got started, you know, outside of football. Everybody know what's been going on in America for years on years, man. Me being from Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know what I mean? You raised to understand how America is to you. You know what I mean? You understand certain stuff. It's what it is, you know, are certain things gonna come into perspective. Uh, you know, when it comes to that, yeah, you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's just I think when it comes to in the coaching world of the NFL, you know, yeah, the numbers are low, but at the same time, things will change and then it get better. But I do one thing stuck out to me. Um, I was at the NFL coaching convention. We was at the coaching convention, the AFCA coaching convention, and it was a certain black coach who was speaking. You know, successful black coach. Um, has been a successful black coach for years. But he said something so real when it because the topic was, you know, was on, you know, the diversity and all that. But he said, you know, I'm not gonna hire a black coach just because he's black. You know, I kind of stood up and that made me even fix my. And you know, did it. I mean, I was like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then it always go back to sometimes I've heard coaches say, uh, homeboys will get you fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I think it'll get better. You know what I mean? And the success rate for coaches of that's of diverse right now, they got to continue to have success. You know what I mean? Because when it all boils down to it, you know, it is what it is in our world. You know, that's my opinion. I mean, I grew up seeing it, and that's as a youngster, I didn't say in the back of trucks. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I know Wes, McKnight, y'all a little older than I am. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's a reality out here. You know what I mean? That was a and it is. So, I think in sports, to be honest, sports really evens it out. You know, regardless, you're gonna have a racist dude on your team. You might have a Black Panther type of guy on your team. You know what I mean? But in the NFL, definitely. But when you come in them doors, it's a job, and you better do your job. Whether you a blocker, whether you doing this, whatever decoy, you better do that job to the best, or you ain't gonna be there. Whether you black or white, you know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion on it. You know.
hey man,
I think me personally, I think the NBA, I think they got it handled. The reason being is because they don't have 60 plus players that they got to control. And 90% of the NBA, 95 is minorities, you know, and I think the commissioner is doing a good job of just sitting down talking with them. I think in NFL, like Willie Will said, I don't care who you are. Once you come through them doors, if you ain't doing your job, you get fired anyway. Winning cures everything. Winning is the only thing that they know about. Is it a lot of racism in the NFL? Of course. A lot of these owners didn't just get these teams, you know, just off the whim. You know, it was handed to some of them. But these owners are starting to understand, or at least they hearing and listening to what minorities are saying.
Right.
Because they get it. 95% of their team is minority, if not 98%. So if all your minorities players say, okay, we're not going to play, what you going to do? You're going to fire all them and then hire who you want to hire, and then nobody comes to your games. Nobody watches the games. It's not exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Coach McKnight, what do you think from like his both Robbie and Willie P bring up a good point. Us and Les also us as coaches, and he's a coach too, so you can see it. I've a lot of times experienced. I thought there was racism, but not from the wins and losses. If you didn't get the wins, you don't keep the job. And what you think, Coach McKnight, about that old point?
I say this is one time when I've kind of experienced maybe some kind of racism as a head coach when I was at Central. Or maybe Coach probably been through the situation, Coach. You know how you had them coaches meeting at the beginning of the year at the Southern Hills Hotel, and we were going through replacement. They was gonna put Central either in 5A3 or 5A4. You know, so if they put us in 5A3, then we traveling way across the town, you know, down there in Ada and all that versus playing Claremore, all that. So they sitting around the coaches. We all sitting together. Each coach from the head from the team sitting around, and we they talking about, you know, placing our teams. They just talking around me. It's like, oh, let's put Central over here. Then let's do this, that. You know, I'm like, hold on. How you just gonna just take us out of this 5A here and places over here? Now we traveling just way over here, just talking through me like I'm not even there. This is my first year, and I was only 33 when I got the head job at Central. I was 33 years old, and I think I probably the only head back coach at the time in 5A, other than Coach Jimerson, that was at Booker T. But
the only
man,
other black one.
So I had to call David Jackson, and he had to straighten it out. I was like, man, they just didn't even consider what I had to say about it, or what I feel about us having to travel like that by putting us in 5A3. So David Jackson called me back. We talked about it, and they left us where we plan on this side of the state versus traveling way over there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like man, that right there was my first experience. But then Coach Driver told me when I first got the job, Coach Driver told me, he said, look, you're not gonna get no calls, and you're young and you're black. So you know what I'm saying, the odds against you right off the rip. That's the first thing Coach Driver told me when I got the head job. He said, you ain't gonna get no calls. You're young and you're black. That's what he told me right off the rip, man. So you know, that's I know how Coach.
No.
Coach, I know Coach Ponder's in a tough position over there, but it's a very rewarding position. You know what I'm saying? It's a very rewarding position, man. And I feel you, man. It's one day I feel like I want to get back to coaching on that level, but I know me, how I am. The reason why, I get offered jobs all the time. People want Coach McKnight, and if I was them, I would want me too. I'm just not just talking. I just know my skills when it comes to that. But when I can't give my all and put in the time that it takes to be successful, versus just showing up to say I'm a football coach and throw any kind of product out there on the field. I'm not gonna take no job. You see what I'm saying? I have to be 100% all the way in because being a head coach, running an organization takes a lot of your time, you know. And if you want to be successful, you have to be committed. So, Coach, I know I commend you, man. 33 years in, being a head coach, man. It's not easy, but it's a rewarding job because you get to help people on that lower level, man. You see them grow, man. See, you know what I'm saying? Just good feeling when they come back and tell you what you done for them. You know what I'm saying? You know. So I feel me say you want to coach. You're not coaching for the dollars. You coaching because that's what you want. You want to help people more than coach for the dollars.
And to be honest with you, they just can't pay us enough. I mean, the time you put in, the time away from family, and the time you spend with those kids. I found myself when I coached over at Hamilton, and this is middle school, of course, but not the high school level. But when I was the middle school coach over there, I took those kids home every day. Some of those parents couldn't afford to take care of the situation. So I bought a van. Coach McKnight can vouch for this. I bought a burgundy van, and I pretty much had my first two teams in that van. It was packed to the brim, and this is before we had the buses.
But they don't make coaches like y'all no more though. They don't make that. Like, cause my question to y'all would be, out of all three of the coaches, do you feel like it's more of a blessing coaching without the dollar, or do you feel like the dollar helps?
Well, the dollar course helps, but Robbie, when we coached y'all, we was coaching for free, man. You know what I'm saying? We weren't getting paid no money. So then when I left, from after y'all left, I think I took a little hiatus from coaching and came back. They was paying me. I'm like, damn, I'm getting paid to coach. I coached down there 8 years for free. It wasn't about the money. You know what I'm saying? It was for the love of the game, for seeing these kids grow, teaching them football. You know, so the money helps. Don't get it twisted. But man, I coach for free, man. You know what I'm saying? You give them some
Coach
kids that want to learn football, I coach for free.
What you think about how you referring into this, man?
Hey, man, I'm gonna say this, Coach P, man. I actually started off coaching Little League, man, and I started off coaching Little League because I want to help out with one of my homeboys. He started a Little League team, and man, I was getting off of work, didn't really have nothing to do, bro, and I wanted to stay busy, and I started coaching Little League like in '02. And so I definitely, that was for free, and then I started coaching a team. So to answer your question, brother, and then I ended up high school, and I'll probably go back into high school coaching soon. But I like to say that the biggest thing for me was that I want to help the kids, man. I seen that a lot of the little brothers didn't have dads and stuff around or whoever. And I just want to show them somebody that was positive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't banging or selling dope or anything. I wanted to show them that I'm from the East, like y'all are too. We all from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I want to show them something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I did it. It wasn't about the money, bro.
Yeah, we know that.
I commend you going back in, brother, or going in with a team, man. And this is my advice, man, because I'm a little older, not a lot much older than you. But take what you got, man, and like Coach was saying, I mean, do what you gotta do, bro. I mean, I'll be watching y'all, man, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure gonna watch that McLean, the district McLean in. I'll be rooting from a distance. And you know, I'm Tulsa Central Brave. I mean, y'all know that. But I know if you're having that all city, y'all got a little bit to get back with TCB, McLean. Y'all got some unfinished business with TCB for that all-city championship. Hopefully they don't do away with that with the pandemic. Where I'm at, there's no pandemic talks about football, baseball. There's no sports to January 2nd. No sports. So
So
it's
in
unique.
Vegas there's
Oklahoma's
no
unique.
sports.
Yes, sir. Where I'm at,
So
there's no sports.
how's the Raiders gonna play?
Well, we're not
If,
talking about. I'm not on that level, Bobby, like you. I'm
oh
talking
no.
about
Okay,
Little League,
I was just
high
Little
school,
League. Okay,
high school. Yeah,
okay.
but the way they got it set up is everything is halted to January 2nd. They're playing football in February and March, and spring sports like track, baseball in the spring. So coaches like me, we're off till January 2nd. Now, I'm pretty sure we'll do some things, but it has to be virtual. It can't be one-on-one. So it's going to be a pretty interesting year. You can might as well say there's no sports 2020. There's not going to be no sports 2020. That's a wrap.
Wow. So Vegas is shutting it down.
Yeah, it's shut down. It's shut down for right now. And I'm just curious to see how Oklahoma gonna pull it off. I'm just curious to see how they're gonna pull that off. We're not having the playoffs either. There's no playoffs. So the sad part about it is for those kids, those 12th graders that's trying to get picked up. They don't have they'll have limited time to perform. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I wish them luck. And one thing about it though, academics becomes very important now, more than it was before. It should be important, but it's even more important.
So are y'all going to school out there, or
yeah, it's all virtual.
Are the kids there Zoom? They're doing a Zoom, so nobody's going to school out there.
No sir, no school one-on-one contact.
Because here in New Orleans, they got it. Well, some schools, some private schools, and some public schools are going to school right now. But But I give them their first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks to let us know, let everybody know if it's safe for your kids to go back to school or not.
Yeah, they not fooling around out here, and you know why? Because they just waiting. The lawyer just waiting at that door, so they gonna shut it down quick. I want to tell you guys I appreciate again the opportunity. I got legendary players, coaches, future legendary coaches, all in one place at one time. And it's been a joy and a pleasure. Of course, we missed out on Mr. Bowie, but he had something important come up. But I want you guys to know I appreciate you taking out your time once again on Loudmouth Truth. As a final word from our athletes and coaches, if you could say anything that you wanted to say to the world, is what? You can go and start off. What I would say, I would take this from one of my good friends, which he's a defensive coordinator, one of the best defensive coordinators that I've worked with. He worked on Coach McKnight's staff, is that football will take you places. Football has taken me places that I never thought I would be taken. I'm way across the world right now, or the nation, because of football. I am a great teacher. I teach special ed, and I got great kids, but because of football, everything works. So, McKnight, what you got to say? You got anything to say? Well, he's away. You got anything to say to that? Any final words for the folks out there? Any final words?
You got to unmute the phone, Coach.
That's on me. Mine is
Yeah.
unmuted.
Oh yeah, it's on you.
Okay. Hey, what I would say, man, I like just some things I would say. Your talents can take you places your character can't keep you.
Wow.
You know, your talent, when you think of sometimes when I say that, the kids look at me like, Coach, what are you talking about? I said, figure it out later. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Then I throw an example of somebody out there. Your talents can take you places. Well, man, that character gonna come out, and man, it ain't gonna keep you there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I leave everybody with that, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, and keep looking out for each other. Hey, Robbie, catch up with me, man. Link up with me.
We're gonna do that. This was fun for me. I needed this.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Coach Johnson.
Hey, I'll just I like what y'all saying. What I say, just continue doing what you're doing. Keep God first. Everything else fall in line, and just take one day at a time, brother.
Yeah. Coach Ponder, I think he may have dropped off. I think he had some technical. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I was having you hate when somebody call you and then you don't answer. They call back about 3 times. But nah, man, this was good. It's always, good to speak on topics that you really don't get to talk about. You don't, or not so much. I mean, me personally, I'm talking personally. I still keep in contact with some of the players I talk to, that I play with and stuff like that. But it's always good to tell a story or talk about the experiences, man, because that's one thing it was a good one. And I'm with you with that, McKnight. You know what I mean? My talent took me somewhere that I ain't never been, but at that time, my character wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Ready for it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I understand it though, but I respect everything. I tell kids sometimes I disrespect the league. But everybody used to sometimes tell me like, boy, just slow down and learn the playbook and do what you're supposed to do. You know, uh, big things. These other coaches though, be talking to me that's not my position coach or whatever. You know, maybe it might be a player. Like I had some old vets, that they used to talk to me, But I mean, my talent kept me around for 4 years. You know what I mean? If my character was right, I could have, Lord knows where it would have been. You know what I'm saying? So all is good, man. I appreciate you, Wes, for getting me on here. It's always good to talk to Robbie. To see that, like I said, Robbie, you already know, bro. You like a little brother to me, bro. I seen when I remember, it is what it is, bro. And I'm proud of you, nigga, if I ain't never told you that. You hear me? Because I've always, nigga, watch you, do your thing. You know what I mean? And that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's how that's nigga like Worm used to tell me. Like Worm used to tell me, bro, you was a chosen one. You know what I mean? You chose not to have the out of it. So be blessed, bro. So don't never feel bad about nothing. Nothing experiences, blessings, bro. So
Man, bro, I appreciate that. And what I would leave for young kids today, if I had anything to say to them, like you said, Coach Lee, first take it one day Coach Les, take it one day at a time. That's first of all. Then find your peace. Like, it's a lot going on with this pandemic and all this stuff with the politicians and everything with Black Lives Matter. You got to find your peace right now. Because like you said, there's going to be some seniors that have been doing this all their life and ain't going to be able to play this year. Right now, you got to find your peace and not do something like you said, Coach. Your talent can get you somewhere, but your character can get you X'd out real quick. And if you got a lot of cats who got a lot of talent, but they just sitting at home and not doing nothing with it. Where it's gonna get you? Nowhere. But like Willie Will said, my talent got me 4 years with the Giants, but my character didn't get me another 4 years with the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep God first, man, and enjoy every bit of this life that we have, cause it ain't promised for none of us. And Coach Charles, man, once again, like Willie said, like as a player, as a former player, you don't really realize how good it is to talk about your history, so other people can learn from it and learn from your mistakes. You don't realize how good it feels to let them bricks up off your shoulders. Because, you know, I know, like Willie said, like, man, you look up sometimes, like, man, how did I get to this spot? Like, why did I end up here? What was I not paying attention to end up here? So even if a 7-year-old tell you something, or if a 70-year-old person tell you something, listen and take the message and put it in your life and make it best for you. And that's what I leave y'all with.
Yeah, amen. To end the show on that, I want to say you hit on the nose, Robbie. Today, I learned a lot today. What I do is I try to learn every day from somebody. I call up my friends. I call up Willie all the time. I call up McKnight all the time. I call Lester all the time. And I might call you, Meachem, sometimes, time to time.
Man, call me.
But you know, if we can't ping off each other and learn from one another, then this world is a lonely place. And
Right.
you know, I know we got great women in our lives, but you need that male touch to help you kind of figure out.
You know what they say, iron sharpens iron.
Iron
You
sharpens
know?
iron.
And
And I want the young people to know that.
behind every great man, it's a great woman pulling the strings,
Exactly.
whether they
And
want to
I
believe
want
it or
those
not.
young men to know this. Like you said, when you would go over Lee's house and the other pro athlete's house, Wayman, and you just didn't
Wayman
ask those
Tisdale.
questions. Well, I want us as men to bring those questions up versus the young man have to remember to ask. And I think that's important. And I tell this all the time. That's why we started this show. We want to be able to tell the real truth for someone maybe can endure it different than we did. So once again, signing off Loudmouth Truth, another epic episode. I can't wait to see how many people are going to view this one. Very important to me. The people on this show is very important to me. I hope you take heed and listen to what they've said. And enjoy the highlights, because I always do. Loudmouth Truth signing out. You guys be blessed. Talk to you later.
Y'all be blessed, man. Thank you.
For sure. Much love.
Take care, guys.
Take everyone.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Already.